Welcome to the 24th floor. Week 1 is in the books, and now we're turning the page to week 2 and our next ABC 24 game of the week.
Yeah, so 2 unbeaten teams, Fairley and Briarcrest. We're in boxes, which doesn't mean anything to you at home, but the teleprompter's over there. The Bulldogs opened, so I'm going to go here. The Bulldogs opened with a 31-13 win over Millington, while Briarcrest rolled past ECS 44-7.
They spoiled it. We were supposed to keep the boxes up.
Now they got to switch them cameras.
Briarcrest head coach Phil Massey couldn't join us because of a team commitment, but Fairley head coach Frederick Copeland's back here to join us. Another year, coach. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
And look at you, another year, another game of the week. I mean, last year, when you was the game of the week, it was against Whitehaven, and Ruben had a lot to say.
It's a dust bowl, brother.
Yeah.
There wasn't no grass on the field.
Yeah. Jumpy Freeman.
Man, it was straight up dust bowl. Everything was dirty. I said, but don't nobody want to get tackled out here.
Right.
I know it hurts.
Right.
Now, Coach, as we talked about 2 unbeaten teams, you all got a week 1 victory over Millington. Put it on them, 31-13. Tell me, what did you see from your team in that victory?
We grew up. We got a young team. We returned, but coming into the season, we returned 2 starters on offense and 3 on defense. So we really jailed. I feel like we grew up. It was good for us. Now I think we're ready to go ahead and just play football against better competition now. That was my message to the kids this week.
Has the high school transfer portal hit you guys in a good or bad way this year? Because, we talk about so much about all the movements.
Yeah, we had 1 kid leave and transfer out. We've had a few kids come in. Our running back senior, Tyler Wilkins, also our quarterback, Corian Johnson, that's a junior. Yeah.
So you had some benefit from it too, not just some losses. Some teams have taken some serious losses.
Yes, definitely.
Now, we talked about it a little bit off cam. You all went 9-3 last year, undefeated in the district, lost second in the second round, but it's a little bit of connective tissue, which we'll talk about in the show. The team you all lost to, East Nashville, was the team that upset the preseason number 1 team in the Mid-South in Collierville. So the reason why it brings it back to you all have an opportunity for an upset yourselves when you take on the preseason number 1 private school in Briarcrest. Tell me about that challenge ahead.
I think we're prepared.
Yeah.
Any given night, anybody can be beat. So like I said, we're just gonna do our keys, watch film, practice hard the rest of the week, and just go out and play football. Like you said, we just saw East Nashville take down Collierville, so I think we can be the next to have to make it happen.
Is it is part of the plan here to tell kids sometimes, because social media and all forget all that stuff you're seeing, we got to line up and play. Is that part of the plan here?
Definitely. Like I always tell my kids, regardless of the A, 5A, 6A, 7A, private school, 3-2, whatever it is, I mean, at the end of the day, we all put our pants and our shirt on the same way, so we just got to go play football and execute. I think we'll be fine, regardless.
For us and for many, this will be the first time we get a chance to look at the Fairley Bulldogs this season. Who are some guys we need to know and that makes this team go?
Right. So definitely we got junior quarterback Corian Johnson. He's our leader. And we also have our running back, Tyler Wilkins. Got receiver out there, sophomore transfer, Clewan Williams from Westwood. Got a sophomore, Andon Watson. He's a key guy for us. We got several more guys around the field, that you guys will be seeing on Friday night, definitely.
Is depth? How's your depth looking this year? Because the bigger the class, the more depth you typically have.
Right. So that's the issue with small school. Typically, kids are almost tick for tack sometimes. It's the depth wise. So we'll probably dress about 50 kids on Friday, compared to a Briarcrest that'll have 85 to 90 kids. So when you're talking about over a 4-year span, over a 4-quarter span, that kind of begins to play into the other team's factor a little bit. So you got to be careful about how you're, helping your kids last down the stretch, because depth does become. And typically at the small school level, you got kids that play both ways. And, the big schools, they're 1-1 because they got so many kids and quality bodies.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Looking at Briarcrest, I was able to get a chance to see them up close in person during their week 1 match. They scored 44 against ECS. Put it in the prompter. First team offense found the end zone on 6 or 7 possessions. When you put that on film, what jumped out to you?
They do everything well. Their quarterback does a really good job. displaying the ball around. Their running back number 3 runs hard, receivers run routes.
Octavius Flynn.
Yep, he does a good job.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, Doc Ock, yeah. And the offensive line does a good job. I mean, Coach Massey does a really good job of what he's got going on. So like I said, I think we're up for the challenge. I mean, we're going to go in there and we're going to have our best. We're going to pack up our little town, our little school. We're going to come invade Briarcrest Stadium.
There's got to be a little bit of, that's one thing I do love about football is the underdog, that I don't know if you can even consider yourself an underdog, but big school, little school challenge. Hey, we're going to we'll show up and show out, and I know you don't think we have enough bodies or whatever, but is that a part of the Fairley Bulldog mentality?
Definitely. I mean, so we typically, I think we have the toughest 3-week stretch here. I mean, Milton's a 4A school. I mean, then you take Briarcrest, then you come to Whitehaven, per se, not to jump ahead. But I mean,
for the rivalry
for the rivalry game, the train track classic. But there's not too many small schools who play this tough of a schedule. You got, once you win a little bit, you don't get a chance to play some of those smaller schools. So you got to play some bigger schools because, you're past track.
Well, it's not just for the record. You get good experience, right?
Yes, sir.
You get the game time that those guys are going to need for down the stretch, but then you also have to manage bodies and injuries and all those things. So there's some good and bad in there, too.
Right. So, and also, I guess what it does for us is it'll make us battle tested when it comes to playoffs. So Richard talked about East Nashville.
Yep.
So East Nashville, what they do is, even though they go play Carville, they get battle tested. So they'll come to Memphis, come play Carville, then go play Antioch, which is another 6A school. So what I'm hoping this gives us is, hey, we'll go in and play Briarcrest, and we'll hop the next week and play another 6A powerhouse. So by the time we get into region play and also get into the playoffs, we're battle tested. We've seen the best around. So it'll help your kids, going forward down the stretch.
Yeah.
You don't have to give us too much inside baseball, but looking at a team like Briarcrest with their quarterback, who Ruben and I have been high on, and Caden Dixon, I think he threw 216 yards.
Somewhere in that range.
Somewhere in that range. It's kind of the key to beating that team is trying to keep their offense on the sideline as long as possible. Because I know what you guys in Class 2A, especially from what we seen last year, you all score quick. I remember, before we were rolling, I talked about your quarterback last year, Andrew Johnson. He can throw that thing, and next thing you know, y'all back on defense. But with a team like Briarcrest, you may not necessarily want their offense on the field that long.
Right. No, definitely. So, I mean, we want to just pick up first downs. As they say, we'll pick up first downs to keep chains moving. That's honest to God. We just want to be fundamentally sound. As much time as it takes us, or less as it takes us, that's what we'll be. But we definitely just want to be able to keep chains moving, play solid defense, and just go from there.
You probably needed this game at Freeman Stadium, so you could do that cloud of dust action, brother. You could kick up some dust, get them private school kids down on the dirt.
No doubt. Maybe next time if we renew, we can get them to the legendary John P. Freeman Stadium.
Yeah, get
home
them
and
down
home.
there in the dirt.
Yeah,
we love it.
Yeah, definitely.
So as you're out taking a look at your season, because every coach does it. I know you want to go 1-0 every week. That's a coach thing. We get
sir.
that. But when you first got your schedule, you looked at your schedule, what was your initial thought? All right, we got a chance, or what did we do? This
was a late addition. So last year, we played Melrose, and we had a cancellation. So Briarcrest had a cancellation as well. So that's how we were able to bring this thing together. So, we didn't shy away from the competition. So we, their AD reached out to me, and we set a deal because my school's AD as well. And we just, put things to the paper. And hey, now we're here on August 28th.
And so then you get your preseason, your non-region games, but then you start to look at your region games.
Right.
And I know you don't want to look too far ahead, because no coach wants to do that. But you're looking at your region games and saying, this should get us ready for that?
No doubt. This should get us down a stretch. So, I mean, there's not a lot of teams in 2A that have the talent and the bodies that Briarcrest has.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not overlooking any of our opponents, but I think this game will prepare us down the stretch. I think we'll be fine.
Is there a little bit of a pride because it's public school versus private school? I always know when I was growing up, we used to have a little bit extra smoke for them private school teams because they thought they were better than us. And we wanted to make it be like, you may pay more money to go to this school and have nicer facilities, but we finna show you you're not better than us. I gotta assume that it's like that kind of in your locker room.
Not really. For us, I mean, any chance we get to play football and there's a different name on across that jersey, we're gonna get up to play regardless of who it is. So, that kind of doesn't mean, like I said.
I know they see social media, and I'm not trying to throw my guy Caden under the bus, but they see him doing all this this on social media and this, that. And then I know them guys like, okay, but we finna put him on the ground on Friday night.
Definitely, that's your thought process. They're ready. They're ready for the challenge.
I do think it's changed a lot, to Richard's point about private versus public, because there's so much more movement than there used to be. The rules are a lot looser than they used to be, and a lot of these kids end up playing together in youth leagues a lot of their life, and then just go separate for high school.
Right.
So while there might be in some places, some of that private versus public, I would like to think that a lot of these guys at this point just know each other as players and are up for the challenge.
Definitely. You got a lot of these kids that play youth football, middle school together. I mean, at some point in time for high school, they decide we're going public, we're going private, depending on the situation or whatnot. So, yeah, they definitely all, know each other.
What about your fans? Let's talk a little bit about the fans. We've got to get them out to Eads.
Right.
Are they ready? Are you packing up the town? What are we doing?
That's definitely a plan. We want to get our cheerleaders, our band, our parents, our community members, alum, famous noise, have them bring their noisemakers out. We want to, shake the place. Yeah, definitely. We want to bring that White Haven to Eads.
That's what I'm talking about. So it's week 2. Nobody's winning the championship Friday night. It's a millennial. But what do you need to see from the guys that makes you feel better? Because you guys, I feel like y'all have been knocking on the door of really bringing home that gold ball in Class 2A. You're right there. Like, I had you guys in NBA, and I know we talked about Mace now with their Welcome Back tour in year 2. So what do you need to see that makes you feel that this could be the year that you could go deeper than that second round?
Just compete in every phase of the game. I mean, offensively, we want to be fundamental. Defense want to be fundamental. We want to be we actually want to dominate all 3 phases. So that's where we are. I mean, against the best competition, people always say, competition sharpens iron. So that's what we want to do.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, definitely.
And this season, people don't understand how long a football season truly is because they don't understand the preseason work.
Yes.
If you're not involved in the preseason, the summer workouts, then the fall camp, then the actual practices start, right? So it's a lot longer than people think. So I would like to think one of the things you guys have to avoid has got to be injuries.
Yes, definitely. So we've got a few kids out now injury-wise. So my main goal for this game is to make sure we come out injury-free, because we're so early in the season, so we definitely want to stay injury-free. We already got some guys banged up, but we want to be able to keep this train rolling.
Gotcha.
Week 2 game of the week. Ruben, tell them how we're going to watch it. Don't do it on Friday night.
All right, on Friday, I'll be live out at Briarcrest for our game of the week. It's 2 undefeated teams going head-to-head. Of course, it's week 2, but you still got to rock that undefeated banner while you got it.
You want to know until you're not.
Yeah, that's right. I'll have live previews during your ABC 24 News at 5 and 6. Then I'll also be there for our 6:30 weather show as well. So we'll have live weather and live sports there. We'll have Fairley and Briarcrest covered from kickoff through the final whistle, highlights and reaction. That is, of course, our game of the week here on ABC 24. It should be a great one.
Coach, we always appreciate you coming on.
Hey, I appreciate you
sir.
guys.
Appreciate you, big dog.
All right.
Best of luck to the Bulldogs Friday night.
Hey, I thank you guys for having us.
All right, before we get too far into week 2, we've got to talk about what happened in week 1. Because
So much to talk about.
There were some surprises, Ruben.
Yeah, there's some prizes, a lot to talk about, and some teams not too happy on Sunday morning. Let's say Sunday morning.
John Barlis will join us next to break down Collierville's upset, Lausanne's first game without Thomas Hefner. What else caught our attention across the Mid-South? That's all next on the 24th floor.